Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday morning and I've had a lot going on in my head. Um, lot of thoughts. Had a hard time sleeping last night for various different reasons, none of them having to do with the thoughts running through my head. But because I was awake, the thoughts were running through my head. So, as many of you know, I was hospitalized was it last week or a week ago? Oh, anyway, recently. Everything is kind of mushing together at this point. Um, I have issues with my colon. I get small bowel obstructions. A lot of them, 15, something like that. I have to go back and count them up again. Anyway, so my brain has been running, and I don't know which of these things I should talk about first. Let's see what the word of the day is. Maybe that'll help me to decide which way I'm going to go because I really don't know. Do I talk about work? Do I talk about politics? Do I talk about personal issues? I don't think this word's going to help at all. Yaw. Y-A-W. Yaw. The verb yaw, when used for the action of a ship, aircraft, spacecraft, or projectile, means to move to the left or right, especially in an uncontrolled manner. More broadly, yaw is used as a synonym of alternate to mean to change from one to another repeatedly. Okay, politics it is. The rogue wave hit the vessel and the ship yawed hard to the right. The album yaws from soulful ballad to up-tempo pop hit and back again. So right now, our country is yawing back and forth, back and forth. When I was younger, don't think I'm old a lot of times, but lately, oh yes. When I was younger and we talked about voting in our household, we did not um, profess to be liberal or Democrat. Our household chose to look at the candidates as individuals, not as a conservative candidate or a liberal candidate, a Republican candidate or Democratic candidate. I think our country is way too divided at this point, and a lot of our ideas are similar. I talk to people every day, and I am amazed at this division because the people I talk to are just as frustrated with both sides of this thing. We need to get away from this, two-party system where you think that if you are a conservative, you have to vote the Republican line. If you are a Democrat, you have to vote the Democrat. Am I a socialist? I don't think so. Am I a person who cares about other people? 100% yes. Having had to go through what I've gone through in my life and having to be a guest at many hospitals over the years and deal with the way the insurance deals with hospital stays. Okay. For example, some of my insurances have paid everything 100%. I pay my deductible, and once my deductible is met, I don't pay anything else. No hospital copay, no copays. No copays. That's how I got my hip done out in California when I had my insurance out there, because once I met my deductible, um it was a $10 copay to visit a specialist. That was it. But my entire hip replacement was covered under the insurance. Now, here's something to think about. People are like, well, we don't want universal health care or Medicare for all because we don't want to pay for other people and their issues. Well, you already are. Okay. For example, I got my bill, intentionally asked that I get the bill before insurance covers it. And the bill I got was I believe it was $149,000 for my hip replacement, for the hospital stay, for the surgeon's time, for the anesthesiologist time, for the radiology time. Everything was included in that bill. My food that I ate, all of that. Okay. A couple months later, I got the breakdown for how much the insurance paid. The insurance paid a little over $50,000. Did I owe for the rest of that money? No. It was written off. Bye-bye. See you later. Why? Because that's what the insurance would pay. And that is what the hospital agreed to. We will receive this much from you, because I don't want to say the prices were inflated, but for people without insurance, they had to pay that whole $149,000. That's right. If I had not had insurance, I would have been liable for that full amount. Now, I've had people tell me that I should have not paid my medical bills and kept my retirement in place, that I should have gone ahead and just let it go, and the hospital would have just written it off. It doesn't get just written off. Those expenses have to be paid. Would you go into Walmart or Target and get a basket full of food and walk out and not pay and just say, oh, they'll write it off? No, it's stealing. Whether you do it at a hospital or whether you do it from the grocery store, it's still stealing. So going back to the political side of this, that means that if we're not willing to take care of each other, to help each other out through our struggles, whether it is by universal health care or voting for someone that isn't of your party because they have more of your beliefs in place, more of your standards in place, by changing the welfare system over to help people get back to work, not by giving them money so that they can live forever off of the system, by strengthening the disabilities so that people aren't again using there's so many jobs you can do from home now. There's so many jobs that you can do that don't require you to be physically active. So a disability that keeps you from doing one job doesn't keep you from doing another one. Why are we not helping people move over to something that they can help so that they feel like they're a worthwhile citizen? I hear it all the time. I don't think anybody should live off the system, but yeah, I'm applying for disability, or I'm applying for this, or I'm applying for that. And it's not a matter of charity or living off the government. It's a matter of they have an issue. But yet again, why are other people paying for you? It is so see, this is where all my thoughts are going round and round in circular, and we're not listening to people that are willing to make these changes. I want you to think about what's going on right now with the ballroom. Okay? Where's the money coming from? Is it coming out of Trump's pocket? No. Did he ask us what we wanted him to do with our house? Because the White House is our house. The history that he tore down, paving over the rose garden. It's not his house. Things that help increase the look and the pleasantry of that house should have been prioritized over creating a whole new hilo mat because it's closer. Not because the other one didn't work anymore, but because somebody didn't want to walk that far. You know, there are so many projects going on right now that I'm going, who's paying for this? We are. We're going to pay for this war. The war that shouldn't be a war because he didn't go through the proper channels to start it. He's making a mockery of our Constitution. Read it. Birthright. Just by being born in this country, you have a right to be a U.S. citizen. Doesn't matter who your parents are, or whether your mom came over here on vacation and suddenly went into labor. That's called dual citizenship at that point. You're a citizen of the United States and the nationality of your family. There are a lot of people that have dual citizenships. There are a lot of Americans that have moved out of this country that still have the right to vote. Anyway, this has been a long video. Longer than most. And it all starts with a yaw. A lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right. Our country yaws back and forth between what they want and what I want. What I want is to have the country back I remember from my youth. The country that supported one another. Sorry. Anyway, on that note, love you, my Valentines. Think about it. What do you want?